Yo, it's the Land Assassin. What's up? What's happening? And we are back. Oh, I forgot to change that guy. All right, let's see what happens out here today, guys. I brought a different jig head minnow. It's BRX, maybe? I don't know. BR something. I'll tell you guys in a second, but it's that guy right there. It's supposed to have erratic action. We'll see. We're gonna stop off at this spot real quick, pick off maybe one or two, and then we are going out in the sun, bro. We're gonna go out in the sun and see what happens. Supposed to have. What up, Creel? What up, Faith? We gotta get out here early, Creel, because we gotta get off the water. College football, you know. So let's see if we can't pick off one real quick and then do our thing. Well, that was a shatty cast. Rons, what's happening? Jay, what up, dog? Now on this, I have a braid to fluorocarbon leader. Not exactly sure about that, if I like that, but we're gonna see what's up. Cuba Unlimited, what's happening? So we are throwing a jig head minnow. We're just kind of, it's supposed to do a lot of darting action. We'll see if that's any good. This is a minnow that the stash sent me an ad for. Freaking at like 3 in the morning one day, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here? What he was doing up at 3 in the morning, I don't know. Second question, what the heck was he looking at fishing stuff for? I don't know. Third question, why the heck was he sending it to me? I mean, I don't know, but I kind of feel like it's so that I could buy it. And so I did. Alabama's not playing today. Okay. But there are plenty of other games. Hey, Creel. Like, is Coleman a different? So, like in Guntersville, if you're at the ramp, usually everybody's like, "What's up, man?" You know, whatever. They say hi, blah blah blah. But of all the times that I've come over here to this lake, the people that I see are not very, let's say, talkative. They're just kind of go about their business type of people, I guess. Who knows? I assume that's the best way to describe them. You ask why I am up at 3 a.m. So I got like this, I don't know, bro. It's like this sixth sense that I got with the stash. And I wasn't up at 3 a.m., but like I woke up at 3 a.m. and then I was all like, I just checked my phone real quick. Maybe it was my phone that woke me up, but I was up at 3 a.m. Like I woke up and then I was like, let me check my phone. And then when I checked, the stash's message was right there. And I was like, why is this guy sending me reels at this time? So I really wasn't up. I had woken up. But that is a good question. Oh, these guys, I don't know if you guys saw it, but they pushed some bait up right there. So that is a valid question. Well, that's why, Faith, that's why I went with the description that I went with. I just figured they're just going about their business. And I don't know if it's a way of life here in this region, or I don't know. But it was just odd. What up, GM? All right, Ron. Need is a strong word, bro. So I will throw what's available in the kayak. I actually left my top water at home because I was like, I'm not gonna throw a top water. I didn't get any action off the top water, so whatever. Dang. Okay. So I think I'm not gonna do any real hardcore. I'm just gonna do little pops because the bigger pops, dang, GM out here speaking in what could potentially be Old English or some poetic way. Sleepy boy I am, sleepy boy is he. No updates on Silver, bro, so my guess is that Silver is gonna be there for the weekend. It's just, that's the way it's gonna be, bros. One more cast with this minnow that the stash tricked me into buying. And then I'm gonna go to a, what the heck was it called? To a Kitech on that jig head, pick one off, and then move about the cabin. Now this is a different color. It's like a white-ish color. All right, Snazook. Well, I mean, I can post them for you. But usually when something dumb like that happens on YouTube, I just get out of the YouTube app. Like I fling it away. And then I just try it again. And then that, because I've tried to post sometimes and then that little post button doesn't show up. The only other possibility is if you're not a subscriber, well, only subscribers can post. So yeah, I didn't really prepare Unlimited for being at Freedom for so long, so you are right, Faith. Hopefully that fool has enough stuff to sustain the type of lifestyle that he's become accustomed to. Dang. GM needs to take a nap. He just tosses his phone. He doesn't even care, bro. He'll just buy a new one. And be like, oh, this phone's doing the same thing the other phone did. Let's buy another one. I'm just assuming there's bait fish right here, guys. I've seen some indications that there are bait fish. So we're just going to do our thing like that still is status quo here. We are going to be a little bit careful because there are some hooks chilling right here. Again, we're just trying to keep this streak alive. We're going to pick one off real quick and then we will cruise. I mean, we could in theory just throw this right now. Let's try that. Throw it right to the edge of the bank and there we go. I guess sometimes theory does actually meet with reality. It is not big. As we have found that these fish here that we catch are not that big. But there we go, guys. Thank the good Lord that we got it in the kayak and now it can flop around here in the kayak. This right here continues the streak of consecutive non-zeros. Thank the good Lord. This little spotted bass right here. Washallow bros. This is the streak that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. Some people started watching it not knowing what it was, and they'll continue watching it forever just because this is a streak that never ends. Woo! All right, guys. I said that we were just going to move on, and we will. But give me a second. Thank the good Lord that the streak continues. That was using a Kitech Chingle Dingles, wherever the pack is. Maybe like Impact Swimmer or something. I was using it as a jig head minnow because we do not have a tail. These fish here bit off our tail. What up, Will? Wait a second, I thought GM said that he was sleepy, and now he's on the move. Jacks were going crazy around me. Dolphins came through. That sounds like Snazook had himself a time. I was thinking about going to the bridge. I mean, if we're gonna do it, we might as well do it while it's fresh. Take the cruise over there and then oh, we're hung up. I personally have never caught a redfish in my life. But I do not frequent the ocean. I'm wondering, so I got this pedal drive, right? But I'm wondering if I can go faster with the oars. We might try and find that out. I mean, I might as well get some kind of upper body exercise out here, guys. Now, hopefully Steve is watching, because he will see that I do have a quote unquote proper oar. I just don't ever use it, bro, because whatever. Or maybe I just won't mess around. I wonder if I hug the bank with this minnow, just doing its thing, if I will look like a minnow trying to cruise the bank and see if these fools will hit me. Uh-oh. All right, this is the area where it's deep. Well, that is one way to bird's nest. All you got to do is catch the back of your kayak, and then you will bird's nest real proper like. Bird's nest dealt with. Now let's see where I am. Oh, excellent. I'm caught on the flag. All right, so I'm caught on the flag on the back of the kayak. So, Creel, if there was a possibility of me falling, we might be getting close to it. But I am going to get on the bank. And we're going backwards, guys. We might lose the stream because I might block Elon right now. Okay, 3 points of contact. Okay. And voila, I am in the opposite direction. That was not intended. 3 points of contact, ladies and gentlemen, at all times. And we're back. So there's a little flag that I have in the back of the kayak, and it is for when I'm traveling, because the kayak hangs off the back of the truck. So it is to let people know, yo bros, don't hit my kayak. And that is what we got stuck on. Okay, we got at least some kind of information. We're in 6 feet, but let's move. Let's go either to that point right there, which I believe has some kind of something that I've been wanting to try out, or we're gonna go all the way to that bridge. Oh, really? Okay, fine. I was about to take that Kitech off, but I just saw a splash right there. So I'm gonna throw the Kitech all stupid like. It was mostly off of the hook already. All right. I'm gonna put another Kitech on with a paddle tail. These guys seem to like to bite its butt. Right as I'm putting on a Kitech. You know what's weird, guys? Is that these are supposedly my brother's fishing stomping grounds, but I haven't seen him here at all. Which is good, maybe? I don't know. Yo, Snazook. Little funny thing about, well, it's funny to me, about that pinfish. So apparently, Live Target has some baits that are well, some swim baits, and I thought that the thing had said panfish, so I bought one, and then but I ordered it from Taco Warehouse, and then when I received it, I looked at it and I was like, what the heck is this? And then I saw that it said pinfish, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Pinfish? I did not order this, but apparently I did. Unknowingly, I ordered a pinfish. That was not the intent. I had intended to get a panfish, such as a brim. All right, guys, we got a little one right here. We're just trying to make sure our Kitech doesn't come off. It's a little spotted bass. I'm basically casting to the bank and then coming back. Just a little guy. I believe this makes a little point right here. So I could probably throw it a little deeper and then slowly reel it back. Yeah, except the fact that when I ordered that pinfish, bro, he looks like some kind of blue-green type of color. And I'm like, what the heck? I mean, he's still in the Tackle Tavern. It was one of those where I wish I could say that I was lubricated and I ordered it, but seeing as how I don't drink, well, I just ordered it and I was dumb. So no lubrication excuse. It was just, I made a dumb move. Like leaving my crankbait out there, that's a dumb move because now this happened. So, you know, I've been known to make a dumb move or two, or three, or four, or multiples, double digits, who knows? Yeah, bruh. Thought it was a bluegill. But no. And upon arrival, it was the stash who pointed that out. Because he looked at it and he was all like, what the heck is this? So what are you talking about? It's a panfish, bro. It's a bluegill. What up, Fred? What's happening? So he saw it, then he notified me, and I was like, well, I guess I just ordered the wrong thing. Oops. All right. So that right there is not the point that I want to fish, but I guess any of this really right here has a shot. I don't have, we'll go to the bridge and then we'll start there. You are right, moderator. I had to read. bread is, I'm assuming that's caffeined up. A fancy way of saying caffeined up, because if it's not, then I'm a little confused, but that's not like it's never happened before, so I will just assume that he is running on that caffeine. But watch out, little bros. Let's cruise all the way over to, I wanted to use my oar, but currently my setup. Let's cruise all the way over to the bridge. Let's do it while we got some cool air. $69 feet. It's gonna take me but a second to get there, guys. I am going 4.3 miles an hour. If I remember correctly, this bridge is the one that didn't like, or Elon didn't like this bridge too much. I feel like it's taking longer today than it did the other day that I was cruising. All right, guys, we got a lot of birds on the water. I do not know what kind of birds these are. And again, I don't care because I'm not a bird watcher. Unlimited figuring out the ways that he'd get kicked out of this place. Oh, we got bait over here. I see bait being disturbed. We've taken a hard left. Let's see if we can get there before the potential action ceases. I know that wasn't my wake. I'm fast, but not that fast. And my wake, I guess that would be technically, would that be fast? Or would that be slow if my wake gets there before I do? That's weird. I know it's not possible, but let's just say it did get there before I did. Does that mean that I'm slow? Or fast? This is basically a bank with not a lot of anything, but I did see some bait being pushed up right here, so we'll just kind of hover. There's the bait right there, right at the point. There's definitely bait being bothered here. I'm only in 4 feet of water right now. Okay, dead rabbit. I think he caught himself a catfish. Okay. This was a bust-ish. There's definitely bait there, but what up, Journal? What's happening? All right, let's keep moving. Again, this is just like a clay point. I don't see a lot of structure or anything for them to chill on. All right, Dead Rabbit posted some pictures, I believe, of the fish he caught. Oh, nothing. Journal, just out here trying to catch some fish. It's a nice day. Hope you're doing good. It's a Saturday. Everybody should be chilling and having a good time. Snizook, I believe technology seems to elude you, bro. That's what's up, Journal. That's what's up. What the heck? Creel, I have no idea what that outburst was about, but it's cool. Like, all these birds are set up right here, telling me that there's bait. Chilling along these spots. Oh, I forgot about that. My bad, Creel. There's a little, I won't say insensitive of me, but that was a little presumptuous of me to believe that everybody should be chilling, having a chill Saturday. So my bad, Creel. But just know, Creel, that I was sending the hope of a chill Saturday. It just apparently missed you, bro, so my bad. All right, so that looked like there was some fish right there in like 14 feet of water. We'll double back and see what we decide to do. I'm just trying to get to this bridge real quick. Get to the bridge, get some water, and then we will work our way back. We are in 32 feet of water. Krill just put, yeah, that naked me feels so much better. Well, Krill, I don't know if I'm gonna be, I don't know, bro, because I can read that so many ways. That naked me feels so much better, so I think you're telling me that you are looking at your chickens and your eggs. Well, that was kind of weird, but your eggs. Are you telling me that when no one's around, you're working in your birthday suit, bro? Because you just stated that naked me feels so much better. So I'm just assuming that you were telling us that you are dressed up in your finest and you are going through your chicken house. I mean, basically the same way you were born. So now I don't think I'm ever visiting your chicken house. Yo, what up, Zach? Oh man. So anytime I visit you, bro, I'm going to call first because I don't want you to show up at the door waving at me like this, but also waving at me elsewhere, and I'll be like, what the heck, Creel? I do not want to be here anymore. There went a kingfisher. There are no weed beds around here, guys. This is just barren clay. Now, the areas that did have like some grass, the water is going down. So you can see the water level where it used to be. The grass it's no longer in the water. What up, Braxton? Dang, bro. I didn't know that you took Nelly's song so literally, bro. Or so literal. Because you were right there and he says, it's getting hot in here. Blah, 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 blah. I'm getting so hot. I'm going to take all my clothes off. And Creel was all like, that's a good idea. And then his naked him just showed up. He's like, wow, this is the best way to work in the chicken house ever. It's a good thing I have not visited you while you were working in your usual uniform. I mean, that might explain why sometimes the chickens attack you, bro. Because if you're walking through the chicken house, I mean, bro, it's probably best for you to have clothes on when you go through the chicken house. Oh, Zach managed a chicken farm, bro, while he was going to school at Clemson. Very interesting. Now, does that lead us to presume that Zach is more AI than we thought? Or is that just a nice little coincidence that... Let me ask you a question. All right, so Creel only does that on the weekends. So let's say he lets his hair down on the weekends. So that's cool, maybe. Maybe not for the chickens, but that is cool. It's your chicken house, bro. You can do whatever you want. I don't know. That right there, guys, is some information that we did not have before. I'm not sure that we requested it, but hey, bro, the Rodcast is a place where you can share life's experiences, and if one of those is on Saturday, you hang out with your chickens in your birthday suit, then I guess that's one of this is Zach's second day, and now they're already talking about kidnapping Zach. What the heck? Zach, usually kidnappings or threats of kidnappings do not happen until like maybe your fourth or fifth chat in the Rodcast, but apparently there's something about you. You have a usage that would free Creel from having to be at the chicken farm the entire time. So, hey, Snizook, there's a squirrel hugging the trunk of a tree. He's going up the trunk. He told me to tell you hi, Snizook. What a small chicken world we live in. Well, I mean, that's the thing, bro. We know that if you're AI, you can't be chained up. But we haven't proven that you are or you're not. So we are still in the test phases. See, here's what we do here, Zach. We ask questions that AI would never know the answer to. It would be something ridiculous like, probably going to be the smallest fish. I hooked into this tiny fish, and then I flipped him, and then he went flying into the water on the other side. So Elon does not like these trees here or that bridge. We'll have to figure something out. Oh man, that guy was tiny. When I was reeling him in, it just felt like nothing. Dang it. We could have given Zach that one. All right, Zach, so we asked questions that AI wouldn't really have an answer to, like one that I saw. The moderator brought up dang it. Okay, so I was told that you guys didn't see that fish right there. Oh well. Zach, it sounds to me like you were in the time when NILs did not exist. So, because I feel like you could have definitely been an NIL guy. there's one. He's not big. But at least the cruise was worth this little dude, I guess. We'll let him get tired. All right, little dude. Enough games. Just don't mess up my bait, dog. All right, guys, just another little dude. Zach's probably all like, I ain't never seen this guy catch a big fish. And that is probably true, dog, but... Hey, Zach, were you in any sports, bro? I can't really tell from all this, especially with my phone getting wet. Getting wet from that fish. All right, these fish, when they jump in the boat or a kayak, they wet my phone and then they make it do dumb stuff. We need better duties. I agree, Unlimited. But we can only go with the duties we got, bro. Yes. A singlet brother. Yes. And that right there, Zach, is why Creel will never see me fall off this kayak. Is because I was in wrestling as well in high school. Cuvo Martin, what's happening? That dude over there just caught himself a little fish. All right, I'm gonna let this sink to the bottom. Potentially we're gonna get hung up, and potentially we're gonna get hung up on a fish. Now in this area, I threw a jerk bait and I caught some, but I don't have my jerk bait tied on right now. I don't know if it's kung fu, bro. Let's call it fish roddy. No, that sounds terrible. This sounds like a rotten fish. Bo-jitsu, okay, definitely we know bo-jitsu. That one I will agree with. We hope to never have to utilize it, but we do know bo-jitsu. So bro, this is not really a tidal water here. I think this is going. That is my guess. All right, we're going underneath the bridge, guys. Hopefully I got you guys on the other side. Oh, it took a long time. It took a long time and a lot of sweat. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys saw that that cool little rod move I did right there. My rod was about to fall in the water, but I just kind of grabbed it and saved it from costing me mucho dinero. But anyways, that gentleman over there asked me how long it took me to get here from the boat ramp. Basically lickety split, bros. There are a lot of fish marking on these pilings. The question is, can I get one? Let's try it. I'm gonna parallel these guys and I'm just gonna let it sink for a little bit. I'll count it down. I don't know how deep they are. We are in 41 feet of water. Let's count it down. 1 Mississippi, 2 Alabama, 3 Louisiana, 4 Florida, 5 some other state, 6 Georgia, 'Throw a football jig.' Snizuk, we can only throw what's available on the kayak. I don't think there's a football jig available on the kayak. But based on the way things are headed, we don't want to put tackle in the kayak preparing for us to be on the kayak for a long time. But based on the way things are heading, we're definitely the odds are that we are going to be on this kayak for the entire weekend. I'm hung up on something. I'm pretty sure I'm in 40 feet of water here. 44 feet of water. Who is putting stuff down here to get me hung up? This might be a lost cause. I can't go too far underneath this bridge or else I will lose the stream. If I lose the stream, I will see you guys in a little bit. Now, what in the 40 feet of insanity is down here to get stuck on? No idea. Though it does seem like there is no loss of stream right here. So I could get underneath the bridge for a little. What? Okay, so I'm gonna go with Martin's theory that the bass grabbed my line and wrapped me up on the piling. But what was down there for them to wrap me up on, dog? That's my question. How? How did they do that? All right, dudes, we're gonna see if we can throw this Lucky Craft jerkbait right here. It is the American shad. This is about as much match the hatch as a person could get. But my fear is that, one, my hooks are so rusty, but nobody cares about that. It's because these are tiny hooks, bros. So I would have replaced them, but these are tiny hooks. But my real fear is that I won't be able to cast this that far. Now, some would say, why don't you use a open face / spinning reel? And I would say because. Creel hates when I say that, but I say it anyway. As no man will control my speech. All right, guys, this is a tiny Lucky Craft jerkbait. This is a Pointer SP, but I don't know the size. It is just the tiniest that you will find. Let's see how far I can cast this baby. Oh, dude, that's gangster. That's as far as I need to cast it. Now let's go prove its worth. Oonce, 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 oonce. Snazook, I'm not exactly sure if you are in the right chat, bro, as this is not a political forum. Now let's see if this little jerkbait can do its thing. This little Lucky Craft jerkbait with the most rusted hooks. Dude, I'm talking about it's got like triple layer rust on it. Let me see if I can stand up right here. Here we go. Seems like standing up, I could still only cast that far. What a wussy boy. I wanted to take one of these jerk baits to this area that I know of on this lake, but that is going to be an even longer cruise. And one day I will have to make that trek. But the pilgrimage is probably not today. All right, I think I'm gonna have to go less aggressive on my pops, not on my dad. The one time my dad did attack me, of course it was all playful. He attacked me, and then we got into a playful, respectful scuffle. And at the end, well, we will only say that the younger lion was the one that was victorious. Well, I never seen Simba. Well, I guess technically at sometime in the beginning, Simba did have a scuffle with his dad, but I think they were just, maybe my dad let me win. Who knows? What a good guy. He let me win. I don't even remember why he started wrestling with me. And then still, I got in trouble. My mom told me that I better quit messing with my dad. I was like, I didn't do this. I was just hanging out. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Another little guy, bros. That could have been the channel record. Dang it. Go in reverse for a little bit. GM, why would I see a gator here? If you could kindly explain that to me. Why would I be expecting to see a gator here? What up, Tim? Shot my own jerkbait into the boat. Almost gave myself tetanus. Just a rumor you heard? It's just a rumor that GM heard and thought he'd share. He thought he'd share it and what a time to share it while I'm on the water. This is like when he tells me those ghost stories when we're on the water in the dark. And then that's when he believes that's the best time to tell a ghost story. I'm now throwing, it's sort of like a jig head minnow. I mean, it is, but I forgot what it's called. I think the package is inside the kayak compartment, so I'll have to get that before I can tell you guys what it is. See, all you guys are doing is gonna make it so that the moderator doesn't let me come to this lake anymore, because she's gonna be all like, hey, those guys were talking about there being gators at that lake, so you cannot go to that lake anymore. And now we'll just have taken this off the map. You guys will have basically Ned / Carolina rigged and amphibianed this lake. Because I will have to refrain from coming to it. I think I was hung up on a rock. So I don't think I fear the gator, bro. It's more the gator's teeth. The gator itself, whatever. Unlimited is correct. They are yummy. But would I prefer to meet a gator? Not necessarily. I've seen a couple. Not here, but just in life. I've studied their moves. I've studied their speed. Know thine enemy, bro. Okay, these guys are not really feeling this little jighead minnow type bait. All right, let's cruise a little bit further away from the dock. What's the time? 8:30. We're gonna have to get some water. But we do have a little bit of shade in here. Okay, we are in 10 feet of water. Shade is gone. This area seems to have broken up riprap, or I shouldn't call it riprap, but like broken up rock, naturally looking, not formed riprap. Whittle some spears real fast. I do like the stuff that I am seeing underneath me in terms of structure. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So I guess the moderator's thinking if I call a truce with the gators and I say, all right, look, bro, I won't eat you as long as you don't try and eat me, then we should be good. All right, so this definitely looks like a rocky bottom area. Oh, sorry about that, Dead Rabbit. I believe you asked that earlier about mosquitoes, and I just never responded to that, so my bad. I have no idea, dog. Maybe I'm too spicy for them. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I go too fast on the kayak so mosquitoes can't keep up with me. I have no idea. Well, bass fishing, I hate to disappoint the kiddos, but the likelihood of a BBL, in my estimation right here, is not great. So, kids, have fun at soccer practice. We're gonna try, but I kind of feel like we are not gonna get the so far elusive BBL. I wish I could report to you a different answer, but currently that is the answer that we got on this lake. Now, we're not on Guntersville, so this lake right here has some good-sized fish, but it takes a little bit of work. Oh, trust me, we got hopes, dog. The hope never ceases. It's just we got this understanding between hope and reality that that's rock. Okay, so there is definitely rock here to get stuck in. All right. All right, I am in 15 feet of water. Alrighty. Well, I don't know. Mazel tov? I have no idea, dead rabbit, but cool. "17 feet of water, there is no..." 17 feet of water, there is no structure here. Good Saturday morning to you, Mr. Harden. 19 feet of water. Okay, they pushed up some bait right there. I might switch back to that Kitech. GM is actually going to go out to the lake, guys. GM, hopefully you go catch some good sized fish. Let me see what this area looks like on a map. All right. So that is what I saw. What does this look like? Yeah, so it basically follows this setup right here. So we will definitely be in about 19 to 20 feet from this distance to the bank all the way around. Not the best of kayak hook sets, but it is the best that we could do. Not a giant, just another spotty to hottie. Very little spotty. Come on into the boat, dog. Welcome. Huh. Guys, check out this hook set. I gave him a nose piercing. Now, I did say not the best hook set, but apparently it was better than I thought. As in terms of being cool, you know. I'll post this on the community page. These hook sets are just getting weirder and weirder. It's just a fat spotted bass. Hooked on the top of the head. Weird. Just a little spotted bass. And that line has mucho abrasion. We are in 17 feet. Moon, did you wake up to that fish catch, or did you wake up after the fish catch? Unlimited, you have woken up in the Marvel multi-dimension dumb stuff. That's why I tell you, dog, I don't like this multi-dimension universe stuff. Gets too confusing. "23 feet. Yo, what up, Rexy? What's happening? So, we are in 24 feet of water. We are throwing a 1/4 ounce shaky head. It has a Berkeley Max Hitworm on it. That is what we caught our last fish on. We are in 23 feet of water. This lake is somewhat featureless. This is one stretch of the lake that does have some rocky features. What up, old school? What's happening? Rexy is working right now. They pushed up some bait right there. Rexy, well, sorry to hear that you're working right now, dog, but that is the point of the channel, bro. If you can't go fishing, I'm assuming, bro, could be a lady, who knows. But if you can't go fishing, you could always roll with us, bro. I mean, thankfully the weather has been, since we can't get on the boat, thankfully the weather has been chill. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be, yo, you can't get on the boat and it's like chaos. So thankfully we only have to deal with one problem at a time. We can't get on the boat. Okay, cool. So we will deal with that. Very interesting. That kind of felt like a bite, but I kind of could have been wrong. Rexy's on the grind to make that money to go get more fishing gear. Does that sound familiar to anybody here in the chat? Which one of all of us, or multiples of all of us, could relate to that? I'm out here on the grind trying to make money so that I can fund my fishing habit, let's call it. Oh, FYI, Rexy, just so you know, at 100K, bro, which we are far from it, but at 100K subscribers, we will be giving away this kayak that I am in right now, bro, in a random giveaway to one of the subscribers. So, just a little heads up in case you want to spread the word. This kayak with the fish finder, with all the accessories of the kayak. No rods, just the kayak. We're giving that away. So Moon sleeps through storms. Creel fondles eggs to support his habit, but he forgot to put that he is naked on weekends doing so. Oh, appreciate that, Rexy. We also have subscriber giveaways, Rexy, just FYI. We like to give back to the homies, so at 4,000 subscribers, we will be giving away a $50 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. And if for some reason on this lake we catch a 5-pounder, bro, usually we fish on a lake that has the more likelihood of a 5-pounder. But if we catch a 5-pounder, bro, we will pay out a $50 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card to somebody watching the live. That is how we get down here, bro. You guys grind with me, and I try and, fishing wise, and then I try and, and I try and give back. All right, so it's starting to get a little breezy. Nothing crazy. I'm thinking I'm gonna go to this other spot where I saw that structure. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna change back to that what do you call it? That swim bait. That Kitech swim bait. It can't be a given, Creel, because if somebody new comes to the channel and they're all like, this guy just said he fondles eggs, you gotta paint the entire picture, bro, that on weekends. Dude, there's a dude fly fishing right in front of me. He's on a boat, but he's fly fishing. All right, I'm gonna have to get up and get down. All right. .3/16 ounce jig head. That felt weird. We gotta fish with one hand and rig with the other. Though I will need my other hand in a bit, or for a bit. Rexy makes soft plastics. I'm not exactly sure what a rig, what was that locator thing? A lead locator. Oh. So I'm a little bit confused here, Rexy. What is a lead locator? Or is that lead? A lead locator? Reading, right? Stupid. I could throw this jerk bait here, but should I? Locates utility lines. Okay, now we're all on the same page. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to have a mic off moment real quick. Enjoy the nothing. We're back. Let's see if I can hand operate this so I don't have to sit down every time and attempt not to fall. Creel's gonna want to see me fall, but I seriously doubt it's gonna happen. It's potential. There's a potential I might, but I would have to hit something or something along those lines. Some kind of drastic change in direction. But I still doubt it. Six feet. Could this be the smallest? I doubt it. I doubt it. But there is a potential that this could be the smallest fish that we have ever caught on this channel. Oh, we're gonna have to pull out the scale. This right here, guys, could be the smallest. Washalot. He's too fat, I think. I think he's just too fat. I think he's too fat to be the smallest, but we'll check. Tear. The tear is legit. Goes tear again. This could be the smallest fish that we've caught on this channel. We are looking for 2 ounces. 2 ounces. Son of a gun is 3 ounces. Never mind. 3 ounces. This only matches the smallest fish we've ever caught on the channel. Three ounces. It's a tie. Actually, while I'm here, might as well get out some water. I haven't drank any water in the entire cruise, which is not good for an individual. Let me do a little bit of hand motion right there. Dang it. He was 3 ounces. Stupid. Because on this channel, guys, we don't just measure the beast. We measure the least and the beast. As everyone knows, there are days that sometimes you're just catching little ones. So we got to measure those guys too. Give them the shine that they deserve. The least and the beast. It's the silver lining here, bros. We are attempting to find a big fish here, but it seems like only little fish are here in the areas that we are fishing. So we might as well find some silver lining, but a fish is still, some say, a catch is better than no catch, and I will agree. But our streak is already alive, bros. We have continued our non-zero streak. It sits at 30 times 4 plus some number of days of consecutive non-zeros. You just... Rexy, were you a tagger back in the day? Did you find yourself on the other side of the law where you were just like, you know what, let me spray paint this right here. And then you have to throw back and be all like, whoa, wait a second, bro. All I need to do is I don't need to do a whole mural right here on their grass. But if you came to my house, bro, and you were marking something and you threw a little mural right there, bro, I'd be all like, dang, dog, that's what's up. Fishing, not catching, what's up? Hopefully you're having a good Saturday, bro. So far we've kept the streak alive, but it has not been an impressive I mean, we're cruising to other areas of the lake trying to, just find bigger fish. We could have stayed over there in that area where we were at, but we just got to explore. You know what I'm saying? It's our curiosity. Now, I know that killed the cat, but I ain't a cat, so I ain't worried about it. I need to explore. It's my conquistador roots that make me want to explore. Be like, what is that over there? And just see what's up, bro. Fishing is, or fishing not catching is still thinking, remembering back to the Ewoks. Yes, the Ewok conversation, where I'm gonna make $10. An easy 10. Oh, a little Ewok bit me right there. And I know that guy was a little Ewok because he felt like a little Ewok. My inner desperado. I have to explore. I have to see what is around. Well, fishing, not catching. I hope you get out there. And I think you say you're fishing on the surf. Yeah, go get them, dog. Actually, that reminds me. I received a picture from someone who has a famous stash. And I don't mean a stash of money or a stash of jewels or whatever. I mean a famous stash. And that guy is really wanting me to whoop his butt. I mean, maybe I can show it to you guys, but it's gonna be hard. I don't know. I received this picture again sometime yesterday. I think it was at a reasonable hour, but I didn't see it until this morning. What was that? I couldn't set the hook, bros. Dang it. The camera was back there. I could not set the hook. Bad angle. I tried to reel in as fast as I could. If I'm on this side, it's a little hard for me to not hit the camera. kayaks. Hard to control. Standing up. Rexy, I too prefer to stand and fish. And the Hobie is a pretty stable platform. It's just all of them are going to drift and do certain things. It's just a known headache. Like right here, I'm basically about to do a 180 on my spine because for some reason the wind is blowing the back of the kayak and not the front. Uh-oh. And I find that when you are reeling like a faster moving bait, like a crankbait, you're gonna pull the kayak in that direction. Though I thought that this little guy was not too much drag that would pull the kayak in that direction. Oh, Rexy just cast to the other side, dog. What was that? Was that a fish, but my hooks are too rusty? Why is the wind? We're in 7 feet of water. We do like hanging out in the shade. All right, it's time to be big boys and go out in the sun. Let me check and see what I haven't even put this freaking jig head on. All right, we're going to take a look at what's going on here. So we have a drop off right here. There seems to be fish on that drop. There was a lot of rock right there. Right now we're going to throw the shaky head behind. No look, behind the back. Wash out low. Did you guys see that? We will stay in 17 feet. We're in 19 feet. We're throwing a shaky head down there. Trying to stay in, it was about 7 feet. We're trying to stay in like 20 feet out here. There was a drop. We didn't go very far and it dropped. We saw this as we came through. There was a lot of broken rock and hard bottom right here. So we're gonna try and stay in the 20-foot range and just kind of work that drop, or attempt to, or we might even get hung up on something. I don't know what exactly, but we might get hung up instead, and then we'll get free. So that's also cool. Dead Rabbit, was that a setup question right there for Moon? Be like, yeah, bro, how far are you from Louisiana? Missouri, that is. We will be going till about 11-ish. We will be getting off the water so that we can go check out some college football. We're slowly working a shaky head down there. I am going to eventually, one day, tie that swim bait on and toss it down there and see what's up. Well, that's odd. Apparently my worm tore in half, so maybe something bit me down there and I didn't feel it. So this mag hit worm will be a little bit shorter. Still should function just the same, but just a little bit shorter. hung up on something? This is weird, guys. It feels like I'm hung up, but there's something here. There's definitely something pulling. Okay, guys. Have we got our first catfish? Let's find out. Feels catfishy. This feels very catfishy. Have we got our first catfish on Katoma? Let's just get eyeballs on it. What do we got here? Oh no, we got the hugest turtle we've ever seen, guys. What the heck? Oh, bros. Bros, this is a channel first. We've caught some stupid turtle. What the heck? We have caught our first turtle, bros, on a shaky head. Look at the size of this guy. What the? Oh, bros. What the heck, bros? Oh, what the heck? Maybe that's what snapped my bait in half. Remember, guys, earlier I said, dude, something must have bit me because, like, my thing got cut in half. And there it is, guys. That is what bit me. This looks like some kind of long-necked turtle. And, of course, we don't have a net. So we're going to see how we do this exactly. Guys, well, welcome to the Rodcast, guys. This is about as ridiculous as it gets. Now, that hook set right there, guys, is pretty strong. So that is definitely not coming out easy, at least. Do you guys know what type of turtle this is? All right, let's see. Let's reverse and then see what... Let's take a better picture of this turtle. Now, hopefully Unlimited has stopped washing his car so that he can come and see this turtle. I like turtles. All right, guys. Where's the Leatherman? Let's see if we're going to be able to get this frickin' turtle to safety. That is a first, guys. This is definitely a first. This is not a snapping turtle, so I don't think I need to be too concerned about this guy doing anything crazy. Actually, while he's next to the kayak, I'll take another picture of him. What up, dog? How you doing, bro? Hope you're having a great Saturday morning. Well, that shaky head is no longer usable. Let me just try and get it out of his face. Help me help you, dog. I need you to kind of... Well, bro, if you're trying to sneak... Alright, bro, you're gonna have to live with that then, because every time I try and help you, you try and give me a high five. Not looking to have a high five, player. There we go. The turtle gets to live. What the all right, guys, this is just the real life stupidity found on the Rodcast. Now that turtle just ruined my hook and my bait. Okay, guys. Oh, man. On Lake Katoma. Lake Katoma. We now have to cut this off as well. You guys probably cannot see. You probably can't see the hook, but that's what it looks like now, bro. I've never seen a shaky head in this configuration, but I might as well fix them all. So that was a channel first, guys. Catching whatever type of turtle that was. We've caught a turtle before. We caught one over there in Clark's Hill. But we've never caught that kind of turtle. Ah, yes, Steve, it is definitely time for a retee. Because that dude did a number on the hook. So the line was mostly fine. Dude, I kept on... I would feel heavy weight, and then I was like, okay, I'm stuck on something. And then it would change to movement, and I was like, all right, that's weird. And then back to heavy weight, and then movement. And I mean, basically stupidity all the way around. And the moderator was suggesting that I give it a bear hug. I don't know about bear hugs and turtles. Pues ay, ay, ay. What was that all about? So I guess that would be a BTL, bro. A big turtle live. Now where is... Oh, so I want to get hooked on my crankbait right here. Little big turtles live. Da, da, da. That was interesting. And I guess that's what happens when you find a hard bottom right there. Maybe I was seeing the turtle shell as the hard bottom, and I misread it on my fish finder. It was really like 200 turtles down there, and I was like, oh, look at that hard bottom. But it was 200 turtles. I doubt that's the case, but it is a possibility. All right, so the shaky head we won't really worry about for the time being. Catching is catching. It makes content. I mean, you are correct there, Dead Rabbit. Though, I guess technically I was too chicken to grab the turtle. Man, that right there looked like it would be a good spot, a good drop for a shaky head. Only problem is that stupid turtle took my shaky head. Well, I guess I could do that, Steve, but then it's gonna make me hungry. I haven't had breakfast. Yes, Nazook, where you been, bro? We caught ourselves a turtle on a shaky head. It wasn't even one of those cool turtles with their ninja skills. It's just a regular run-of-the-mill turtle. Dudes, what I should have done was clip the line, then connect the shaky head to the scale, and then see how much the turtle weighed. All right, I'm gonna try and make it watch worthy there, Rexy. Currently, I'm watching this guy fly fish. We are in 24 feet of water. I'm gonna try and let this drop all the way to the bottom. Now, these are new areas that we are searching, guys. If we went to the area that we know there's fish, we could possibly catch bigger ones, but we also were catching little ones over there too. Man, I really want it. I really wanted to throw that shaky head here. Oh, Rexy, this lake it drops into like 60 feet real quick. All right, let's move, guys. We're gonna have to start making a move. Whoa, what's up, duck? Relax. That duck almost wanted to jump in the kayak. Not exactly sure how I would have felt about that, but all right, guys, we are now in the sun. No doubt about it. We are in the sun, so we're going to put our sun covers on, and we are going to prepare for battle. We got to be in the sun. We got to be in the sun. Excuse me. We are throwing a Kitech on a 3/16 ounce swim bait, VMC swim hybrid head. We fished this area with a jerk bait, like maybe an hour ago. We're gonna throw this Kitech through here as we work our way back to the dock. Or the ramp. There is no dock there. There are areas that we saw that, or that we fished before, that have fish. We might try it. We didn't fish it with a jig head, or a swim bait, sorry. We fished it with a shaky head. This 3/16 ounce VMC jig head, swim bait, hybrid swim bait jig head, has a Kitech 3.5 inch get stuck impact swim bait on it. All right, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can not lose the stream, guys. If I lose the stream, I will see you guys on the other side. Hopefully you guys pop back in, but I will see if I don't lose the stream. Oh. Okay, we will have to go underneath this bridge pretty fast. So we probably won't fish much of it. We got to go through here pretty fast because Elon doesn't like bridges. goes. Well, I just didn't call bank on that cast right there, and I hit the piling right there. "15 feet. All right, here we go. We got to give it gas. Hoo, 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 hoo. The shiver legs, bro, the horsepower is, I don't think they're really measurable, bro. That's the problem. Because it all depends on the time. So, like I'm telling you right now, if I was being chased by a gator, well, the horsepower is unlimited. But if I'm just kind of cruising along, then the horsepower is, I mean, whatever is necessary to get us through to the next spot. So that's why it's kind of tricky to measure the horsepower of the shiver legs. It's situation dependent. So it's tough to get a read on the horsepower. I mean, if we did, I mean, we'd probably have to call what is that car magazine? We'd have to call them and get a little reading on the horsepower. There's a kingfisher. All right, so we were catching fish here the other day. Somewhere around here, there was a point. Bro, these kingfishers are pretty noisy. So we're in 34 feet of water. It should come up pretty quickly. We were catching them on a shaky head right here the other day. I'm gonna try this Kitech. I'm gonna let it sink to the bottom and slow roll it back towards me. We are in 28 feet of water, 27, 26. And Tim, it's also a little bit hard to get a reading on the horsepower because essentially right now the Chevrolets, they're governed. How, you might ask? Well, it's real simple, bro. I have to have this life vest on legally. So because I have to have this life vest on, this life vest hinders the oxygen intake of the Chevrolets. So it basically ends up not allowing the oxygen to enter and basically create the combustion necessary for, I mean, we put combustion in quotes, right? But allow for the oxygen to combine and create the combustion necessary for the Chevrolets to do their thing. So right now the Chevrolets, they just go at whatever the governed oxygen intake allows them. So the horsepower is kind of tricky. Moon thinks that we could do a jale chicano. On the pedal drive. That noise that you are hearing right now is the kingfisher, just being noisy as can be. Though I am not a bird watcher, let it not be said that I am a bird watcher. So we will just slowly reel this back towards us. Maybe put a pop in there every now and then. And then let it drop down so we can get a bottom contact and then run it back a little bit. There seems to be a decent drop right there. I thought this Kitech would do some good here. Oh, now I'm in 16 feet of water. Okay, so they're pushing up bait over there. But I saw that on the way over here, and I wasn't able to capitalize on them pushing bait up. Also, I don't see very much bait action underneath me, so let's go take a little look-see with some side imaging. 13 feet. $11. There is a nice little cloud of bait right there. All right, so we're not as deep as originally thought that these guys could be. We'll go out into 15 feet and just dudes, you know what would have been crazy is if I had caught a gator. It wasn't a turtle, and if it had been a gator, and then I would have been able to tell GM, I think there might be gators here. Luke, we are on Lake Katoma. Lake Katoma. Yes, but we are on Lake Katoma. So we're throwing a Kitech swim bait on a 3/8 ounce VMC hybrid swim bait jig head. So we're gonna switch over to, I'm gonna put the shaky head on. Last time we came through here, the shaky head bite was okay. Let's just see if we still got a shaky head. See, I seen him push up over there, bro, but it's kind of like, I mean, that's a wake, but I seen him push up bait over there, and it's just kind of like you gotta be there. All right. Okay, so I got him in black. And I got it in green. I'll throw it in black. Last one was in green. Because apparently I like to change stuff all the time. And stab myself in my hand. It seems like bass fishing might be a fair weather bait. He's like, yeah, that for the win. Oh, wait. No, that for the win. Now, our leader has shrunk a little bit thanks to that turtle. But don't worry, guys, my leader I usually put at something ridiculous. I usually have probably like a 6-foot leader, just so that I don't have to retie. Retie the knot, the leader knot. What the heck, Derek? You all right, Blair? Because the second question I got for you is, what type of steak was that? Were you eating the bones, dog? Was it a T-bone? All right, we're back in the game, both with a shaky head and the minnow. You see, guys, they keep pushing up bait right there. Where's that freaking Kitech? They're tricking me, dudes. They are tricking me, because I've seen this a couple times, and I haven't been able to capitalize on it. Plus, they could be small ones. So I'm seeing a bunch of little brim over there. So maybe that's what's pushing up the bait. Or maybe that's what's being pushed up. Mike, what's up? Appreciate you subscribing, dog, and welcome to the homies. This is the Rodcast. This is the Rodcast, and hopefully you find it enjoyable. Wait a second. Was this some stolen identity? Is Dead Rabbit being catfished here by himself? Am I being catfished? So right now I am using a Kitech swim bait, bro. It's a VMC hybrid swim bait jig and a Kitech Impact Swimmer, I believe. But I'm gonna switch from that in a second, as in this second, and I'm going to use this 1/4 ounce shaky head with a Berkeley Magnum hitworm on it. That guy right there, he's got a black head. I just gotta see. I'm in 20 feet of water. Last time they bit here on a shaky head, I just tried something different right now, and they weren't feeling that. So I'm gonna try and see if they'll bite on a shaky head. If not, then we will cruise. Dude, I mean, if I was your homie, bro, and he just bit on a shaky head right there. All right, so we tried that swim bait, and it didn't do any good here, but then we switched, went off to the deeper area and threw this shaky head, and then we hooked into one. It ain't big, but this is what they bit the last time. Let's see what kind of fish we got here. Oh, we got ourselves a largemouth. Interesting. We got ourselves a largemouth instead of a spotted bass, and it was barely hooked. It is just a tiny largemouth. Not a huge fish, but some success. All right, so we know our mark. Diesel Dan, what up? What's happening, dog? How you living, player? I'm assuming everything is okay with you. Hold on, bro. Currently, phone is wet and it is doing some weird things. Keegan Lures. I may just send you a pack to test out, Latin. So I have a post. I have a post office box, but you'll have to reach out to. You'll have to send me some information or an email to latinbassassin@gmail.com, and then we can discuss. Potential mailing addresses and such. Digging the kayak. Well, Diesel Dan, everybody who's not pedaling the kayak digs the kayak. But when you're pedaling, then the kayak digging is not so mutual. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm good with it, but would I prefer to be on the boat? Plus, of course. What kind of coffee are you having, dog? Tell everyone I said what's up. Now, Keegan, just know that when we test out lures, bro, we test them out. And we give the honest opinion. People see whether they are working or not live. There is no marketing angles. It is just, yo, they either worked or they didn't. So I usually go green pumpkin or something natural, bro, you know, like green pumpkin magic, stuff like that. I'm not really a guy, even though I have them in the Tackle Tavern, I'm not really a guy who goes for like purchases, baits that are more on the crazy range color wise. But yeah, Rexy, it will be a review live. If they work, they work. Now, we understand, as we are fishermen, we understand that not every bait is going to work all the time, every time. Now, we have some that get pretty close, but we understand that that is not the way life is. So we give it a fair shake. Faith says he's got me on the next drought season. On the next season of the sticks. Dang, bro. I'm gonna be a guinea pig. What's the time? 10:11. I'm trying to determine if we should okay, in this direction there is a little bit of hard bottom right there. So, Derek, I usually don't discuss college, let's call them picks. I like to watch the game and let it tell me who the winner will be. Bro. They're made with love. So that reminds me of a funny story, bros. So I used to work at this place, and I told this dude, like, I was like, hey bro, because it was going to be the weekend. So I told him, hey bro, if you want, because I had left early from work for some reason. I don't know what the reason was, but I left early from work. And then I told him, I was like, yo dude, if you want, any of you guys can eat that lunch that I left. I would prefer that you guys eat it, because that way, you know, it doesn't go bad over the weekend. I mean, the fridge was okay. Might have even been a holiday weekend or something. The fridge at work was okay. It wasn't great. So I was like, probably eat that stuff so it doesn't go bad. And I said, but don't eat the grapes, because the grapes, I mean, they could have withstood being in the fridge for a while, right? So I was all like, yeah, man. Just make sure that you don't eat the grapes. And then he went and told that information to the people that he was eating lunch with. And they were all like, why did he say not to eat the grapes? And I didn't convey all this information to him. I just told him, yeah, just don't eat the grapes, bro. Because I was going to eat the grapes when I went back on whatever day. So then he tells that to the people eating lunch with him. And I know those people. And then they were like, wait, he doesn't want you to eat the grapes? That's stupid. So a chick that was there, she was like, oh, he doesn't want you to eat the grapes. Watch this. I'm going to eat the grapes. And so she ate the grapes. And then I go to work, whatever day I go to work. And then I'm all like, yo, bro, what the heck, dog? What happened to the grapes? I told you not to eat the grapes. And then he was all like, yeah, I didn't eat the grapes. And I was like, well, how the heck did they disappear then? He's like, all right. So what happened was, and then he tells me that he told them, and that this chick, she said, I'm going to eat his grapes. And then he can, I guess answer to her. And I was all like, what the heck? And then everybody kept asking me, why did you not want them to eat the grapes? And I could have given a normal answer and been all like, oh, it's because I figured that the grapes would blah, 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 blah. But nah, bros, I gave them an answer that I'm going to stick with. I gave them the answer of, well, look, bro. And she wasn't the moderator at the time, but the moderator, when she packs my lunch, she, the lunch portion, she puts in whatever, but the grapes, she picks every single one of them off and then puts them in a container. But before she puts them in a container, she gives them a little besito. So every single grape has a little besito on it. And for those of you who are not bilingual, that means a little kiss. So I told him, yeah, she gives a little besito to every single, which is technically redundant because little kiss, or little kiss. I said she kisses every single one of them, so I didn't want you guys to be eating the grapes that she had already kissed. And then that chick was all like, well, you're an idiot. And I was like, no, she kisses every single one of them. But she really doesn't. So she too packs the food with love, just like Rexy packs his baits with love. Okay, so there's a little rock area right there. Takes a little while to find this. We might move because after that one fish, well, we like to just leave fish. Catch one, leave, and then they wonder, what the heck happened to my homie? But they stay confused. You know what I'm saying? They stay confused and they're all like, dude, you're making up stories about them getting, like... Okay, guys, my aunt is calling, so let me see what she wants. right, guys, we're back. When my aunt calls, we answer it. All right, guys, let's move. Let's move, because it is becoming 11-ish. We got to get to a spot that we're close, because I got to load up this kayak and all this other stuff that you guys never see. But it is physically demanding to run this kayak all the way up the ramp. We had to fill up with a little bit of high octane H2O right there. Now the Chevrolet legs are ready to roll. Let's go, Chevrolet legs. But yes, guys, if you are new to the chat, we have a continuous streak of non-zeros, and that streak resides at the number 30 times 4 plus some possibly double-digit number of days of consecutive non-zeros. Moon said, "What's up?" to my aunt. My aunt, who lives in New Mexico, she called to check in. She asked me what I was doing. I told her I was fishing, and she said I was going to become Aquaman. Little does she know, I'm way past that. I've been recruited by the MERPs. I have yet to give them a yes. But the MERPs are trying to make me join their crew. I'd rather not. Yo, Snazook, did you ever figure out how to get something to post? Or was that still an issue for you? Poodle shaver legs, guys. I was gonna try and show Steve. Here, let's try it. All we got is time. All right, Steve. I'm gonna show you.